Yes, girl, yes. Hold on. I need a lip gloss. Girl, we're gonna hope and pray that this mic works. Hey girl, hey. Okay. We got RJ, girl. We got my lipstick, we got my Celsius. I Okay. What's up? It's been way too long, I think. But also, I think I'm so nervous now. I don't even know what to do. This man, welcome back to Calm 20, girl. It's been a minute. I think it's been since September of last year, 2024, and it is now March 31st. And boy, have those months gone by. And boy, has a lot of stuff happened in those months that have been passing us by, excuse me. Where do I start? I don't know. Let's just start with last year. What's up? So, in November of last year, my grandmother passed, and it kickstarted me into this real big dissociative period of time. And I didn't realize just how disconnected I was from everything until I kind of started to get out of it. And not to say that I'm not grieving, I look at my grandmother's obituary, I think like every day. And it's really weird. I've never had a person close to me in my close family pass until her, and I didn't expect it to be what it was. Um it was in the middle of, finals. I had exams. I didn't do well on those exams, and that also kind of gave me this. Also, do you see that one hand is red and the other one is not painted? So let's talk about how I was doing my nails and then we stopped doing my nails. And I just realized that I didn't do the other side. I guess I forgot. Anyway, sorry, that's like, I just kind of been staring and looking at my hand. I'll use this hand since it's painted. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about. So, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, I don't know what the end of grief for me will look like. I don't know what this is right now. I don't know where I think I'm going to be in my grieving process in this year. I mean, there are just so many things that I think about that I wanted my grandmother to see me do that she won't. And I don't really know how to feel about it, I guess, until I get there. Her funeral for me was really weird because I didn't cry. I wanted to, but I didn't, and I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I just refused to let the tears go. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I fear that we do strange things when we're grieving. And I was surrounded by family. It wasn't like I wasn't with people who I or maybe I don't want my family to see me cry. I mean, I don't know. It was just really weird. And I remember I was, in I'm go to school in New York, and I just moved into an apartment in New York, Queens. We'll get into that. But I mean, I think maybe it was because of the guilt of being in New York and not being where my grandmother is in Georgia, and moving and always telling her that I don't want to be in Georgia. I don't want to be in the South anymore. That's not for me. It never was for me. Even when I was in Texas, it was never for me. It was not what I wanted my experience in life to look like anymore. And I think I went through this period of time where I was like, okay, was it worth it? You didn't you this time the last 4 years to go and pursue a dream, and I missed out on a lot of moments with my grandmother. She had Alzheimer's. That's what she passed from. She had Alzheimer's and also cancer. And multiple myeloma, which is like a really it's pretty rare actually. Um I think of the guilt I felt at the time, and even still now when I think about, her calling me and me not answering some days cuz I'm in the middle of studying, or her asking me to play mahjong with her. She was the person who taught me how to play mahjong, because mahjong is obviously a really a good practice to actually miss a game for people, for older people, because you do have to use your mind to play mahjong. Mahjong is not easy, girl. And it was pretty fun, but you're young and you don't go and play mahjong with your grandmother every time that she asks you to play. And I've been thinking, I'm like, dang, I should have played mahjong, And I don't know, I lost passion for a lot of all the creative stuff, fashion, this podcasting, and I told myself that I didn't really deserve to do anything other than focus on school. So that's what I did. All of last semester was just me doing school and trying to not fall into this trap of what am I going to do afterwards. My grandmother was a superintendent. She was the first superintendent, deputy superintendent of the state of Georgia. First black female state deputy superintendent for the state of Georgia. She was a teacher, she was a principal, and then she was superintendent in Kansas City when she still lived there, and then she moved to Atlanta, became what she did in education. I mean, even at her funeral, there were people from the school system who came and gave her a plaque. Education was her life. Education was the basis of everything that she ever wanted to teach me and my brother. It was something that she will never, ever, 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 ever regret doing. I know that. I know that what my grandmother will always tell me, education is the biggest thing that you could have, the most valuable thing that you can have. And I agree. I think in the times that we're at, girl, there are so many uneducated and unwilling people to be educated, and people who will look at your face and say that education don't matter. I mean, I don't even know what would beat that lie. That's To be uneducated is to be uncultured. You can't have a culture without education, and you can't have a society without education. You can't have a functioning society without education. Let me and you can't learn from other people and try to make our society better without being educated. The attack on education right now is horrific. And there are people who genuinely don't even realize that the deficit that you're lacking in understanding what this really means when someone signs an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, the deficit is in the lack of education that you have to understand what that means. Like, I don't know. People will be like, well, just I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, because that's an entire different section of this video, is education and Trump and what he is doing to it. Um, I had to realize, basically, am I doing this because I want to impress my grandmother, to appease my grandmother, to make her sacrifices worth it? Or am I doing it because I really like it? And as much as I love education in my major, and for those who don't know, I'm a molecular neuroscience major with a biology minor, all of which are getting attacked right now. The sciences, the pseudosciences are all under attack. And it really, really, really sucks. I had to realize, am I doing this because I actually love it? Because I want to make a change? I want to get in a lab and really have my name on something historic and better society in a scientific way? Or am I doing this because my grandmother said I should want to do it as a black girl, as a girl who 30 years ago wouldn't have that opportunity, 50 years ago wouldn't have that opportunity? And for a minute there, I lost myself. I did. I lost my will to do a lot of things that made me me. Because I thought, my biggest supporter, which is my grandmother, will always be her, wouldn't be able to see it. Am I doing it? Why? 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 Doing this, and she's not going to be there to cheer me on. I'm not going to see her. She wasn't able to see, I'm not going to cry. She wasn't able to see me walk. I mean, she was, but she wasn't. COVID was a really weird year for the year of 2021. So she saw me, but she didn't. And there were other circumstances of why she wasn't there to be, she wasn't there for my high school graduation. But I really, really, I mean, whenever we would talk, she'd be like, may God keep me uh, um, to see you walk. And unfortunately, he did not. And I'm not a religious person. I'm not someone who believes in this higher power. I'm spiritual. I do think that the energy that we put out means everything. on all types of levels. But I just felt like there were moments where I felt like I was getting played, that I really wanted to be angry at someone, and I wanted to be angry at a higher power. And I don't believe in that. And that was something that I still am struggling with. There are a lot of I had a lot of questions of like why is this my story? Why would you give me such a historical figure? Because my grandmother is in history, simple as that. Why give me someone so influential and she's not able to see what her influence has, reaped? She hasn't seen the benefits of it. And it's like she has, but not really. And I felt like, oh girl, get it together, girl. Oh, get it together, girl. Sorry guys. Excuse me. Girl, first episode back. What the hell? um, what a moment. I just had to basically come to this conclusion of my grandmother has seen me break barriers. She has seen me do a lot. She's seen me beat the odds, if you will. And I just wanted to I have to believe in myself that her influence is always going to be here. She's always going to be looking. I hate that she has to look and can't be present, but we deal with what we deal with, and we take it on the chin and we push forward because that's what she's always done. There isn't a moment where I've thought of my grandmother as anyone less than a perseverer. Literally, there's really nothing else to say about that. So I've been dealing with grief, as you can tell. It's still very fresh. It's still sudden. It's a whiplash effect. It's something that you just feel intensely one moment, and then the next, it's like it wasn't even there. And you hear people talk about grief as that, like, thing, and you don't believe it. I didn't believe it. Let me see. I didn't believe it until I experienced it. I'm still experiencing it. Will continue to experience it. And it is this blinding rage one time, or this drowning sadness the next, or what is going on, deep dissociative feeling. You see certain things that remind you of them, and it's like your world stops. And it's crazy because you can be talking about them and be just yapping, yapping, yapping. But you won't like it's but it doesn't register, if that makes sense, until you're like, oh wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, stop. Like it's really weird. Grief, don't recommend. It is not fun. Wish that it would go away. It does not. Yay. What's next? Graduation. Let's talk about. No, actually, no, let's backtrack. 2025 is here. We're 3 months in. It's a crazy year already. Trump is killing us. Girl, am I gonna get like who's watching? I feel like the CEI is CEI, girl, CIA. I'm talking about DEI. Girl, bye. Anyway, let's talk about 2025. 2025, not a good year already. It is, but it's not. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I don't know what to describe this year as already. I'm going to say it's leaning towards the bad side, but there's some good things that have happened. I'm in an apartment. I moved to New York finally. I'm doing grad school. I got into grad school, and I'm pursuing my dreams of being a scientist and a lab tech, just really trying to make a difference when it comes to neuroscience. I want to keep the passion that I have. Now, we do have someone in office who doesn't think science is real. It's not real. This brother thinks that science is not something we need, healthcare is not something we need, and he's just catering towards the billionaires and the gajillionaires and the people who just don't even know anything about science or anything like that. It's like, what? What do you mean you have RFK Jr. as the Department of Health? He's the advisor? The person you put on the cabinet? Girl, next. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. And it's also like, damn, bitch, like, I'm an adult now and I have to deal with this. Like, ugh. oh girl, it's a sad year, but it's a happy year because it's like individually, I'm not thriving, but I'm mm, stepping into what I wanted to be and what I want to continue to be, which is someone who adores fashion, someone who adores science, someone who adores reading, someone who is going to be able to say, I did this, I tried it, and if it didn't work out, at least I could say I did it. It just wasn't for me. Someone who's passionate about the arts, communication, this, podcasting. I could be zero listeners at the end of the day, and at least I could say, yeah, I tried it, but it didn't work out, but I tried it. It was fun. And I think centering myself is something that I've been doing this year. I've been all about this girl right here and helping her become who she needs to be. I just got back from Texas literally 2 days ago. No, yesterday. I went and saw my best friends and my high school like friend group. And I honestly I thought when I went to Texas that it was gonna be this, what did I just do? Oh my god, I need to go back, but I can't because it's a red state and I didn't feel any of that. I just felt content in my decision of moving to New York. Um, I feel content in my evolution right now. And that's such a weird word to use, but I do. I'm evolving into the person, the adult version of me, opposed to this childish gimmick that I was. Um, I'm trying to move and decenter myself from a lot of social media. I realize that I need to really get off TikTok, not because I think it's destroying my mind, but I just think I see too much of things that maybe I can internalize that I don't want to internalize anymore. I don't want to hear 1,001 think pieces of people trying to advocate for things that don't even make sense. I don't want to see 1,001 videos of white creators being white creators and continuing to see a platform that deplatforms people of color or doesn't put them on the same pedestals as other white creators. I also saw that too much of a good thing is always a bad thing. I think TikTok was fun. It still is fun. And if you listen, my For You page has me cackling every day. Like, it's not like I'm just following and my For You page is shit. It's just simply I am on it too much. And I think it bleeds into my everyday actions. I don't need to wake up and check TikTok. And it's no shade to whoever does, because I still do. And even when I post this video, we'll see if I actually like delete TikTok, but I need to. I'm acknowledging that I need to. I like Instagram. I think I want to start posting casually. Again, I used to post like once every week in high school because I wanted to show off my outfits. And, everyone wanted to be fake cool and think that posting a lot is stupid. And it's like, no, it's literally what the platform is for. I've been taking a lot of big creators off of my Instagram and unfollowing a lot of big creators on TikTok as well because I do want to see just more niches. I feel like unfortunately some of the big TikTokers and big like Instagram people that you see, they once were really niche and then they blow up and then they now just are no longer this, they're a shell of who they once were. And you realize that, and get to the bag, get to the manyan. Do you feel me? Get to the manyan. But it's apparent. And a lot of people are not able to get to the manyan and keep, you know what I'm saying? It's a give and take. I get it. Listen, if I was getting that bag, girl, you could put me in anything and fuck what I used to look like. Fuck what I like, girl. Put me in whatever's gonna get me that bag, that band. You feel me? I get it. But yeah, I gotta find myself, if that makes sense. And it's so weird to say that because it's like, oh, I'm about to turn 22, but then it's like I am about to turn 22 though. Oh, I'm about to turn 22, but I'm only gonna about to turn 22. You feel me? All of those statements said the same thing, but in different ways. Because yeah, I am about to be 22, but that's, bitch. I don't know what I don't. I keep fucking with this mic, girl. I gotta clip it somewhere. I don't have the clippers on me right now. I don't know where they're at. They're somewhere over there on my coffee table. So I just forgot what I was saying. Give me a second. Maybe it'll return. I just forgot completely what I was talking about. Centering myself. I'm getting back into what I want myself to look like. For a minute there, let's talk about getting older and this notion that you can no longer be this fun person and you have to be this white collar babe and you cannot be fun anymore. I don't think that's like, oh, what a boring life to live. This is when you feel like this whole my frontal lobe is developing. Shut up. Like I'm sorry, but like seriously, shut up. Who cares? When it comes to fashion, for example, so you just are 25 and now you can't wear a miniskirt. Be dead ass for 3 seconds. I don't think that you now have to be this clean girl, Hailey Bieber aesthetic because you hit a certain age. And I'm using Hailey Bieber as a example, but it's like this whole clean girl can't be this eccentric person anymore after a certain age. It's childish, it's tired, whatever. Is so lame. Have a personality. I think the ever growing I can't be a person take is so annoyingly shallow. How shallow of a person do you have to be to say that I turned 25 so I can no longer be a person with personality? I have to be this modest. And no shade to the people who are genuinely like modest or for whatever reason they need to be. But if you weren't that before and you feel like at a certain age you have to grow up, what is growing up? If you can't wear a mini skirt in peace, if you can't wear color in peace, if you can't do braids or different hairstyles or whatever, just because you have a job, a big girl job, doesn't mean that you can't still be who you were. Sure, don't dress like a teenager, okay, but I mean, like, you can still be fun and dress your age. Like, what? I don't know why everybody feel like they gotta put on a blazer and some slacks with a belt and throw on a tight slick back bun all of a sudden when they hit a certain age, and that's the only way that you can ride out. Girl, if you don't put on them boots, a little mini skirt, and keep it pushing. I don't know. The day that I don't have my majority of my bottoms that I wear aren't mini skirts is the day hell freezes over. Seriously, like I love mini skirts. I love skirts. I love fashion. I love my fashion. And I love the fact that I'm rediscovering like me. When my grandmother passed, I kind of stopped again indulging in everything. I'm just now starting to put up my hello, can I speak? I'm just now starting to put makeup back on. I'm just now starting to wear my jewelry and get back into what I want to be looked at or and perceived as. And I needed that break. It helped me actually get um in tune with how I look without makeup. For a while there, when you start wearing makeup, you can't when you don't have it on, you're like, ooh, but now when I wasn't wearing it, I just didn't care. That's one thing grief did tell me, to teach me is, girl, I don't care. Girl, I do not care. Same with school. Um, I do care about school, but there was a little moment, a blip, if you will, where I was like, girl, I don't care about none of this. Next, let's move on. I'm starting to care about school again. I'm starting to just feel like me again. It's crazy how grief will strip you from you. Genuinely, it's such a weird thing. I graduate in May, so there's that. I'm excited, but like also not because I'm getting my degree, just because I'm ready to be over with this part of school, like undergrad, all that. I'm excited. I'm excited to get my degree now. Let me not even tell that lie. I am excited to get my degree, but I'm more excited to be done with college. That's what I'm more excited about than anything. So there's that. I have to decorate my apartment more. As you can see, there's not a lot in the back on the walls, but we'll get there. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Welcome back to Calm 20. What? I absolutely adore myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and starting to do this visual part. I've been talking about adding a visual part to Calm 20 for like a year now. You know what? That's a lie. A couple months now. not a year, but like definitely a couple months. And I've actually filmed this first video about 4 times now and deleted it every single time because I was nervous. And I had this conversation with one of my friends when I was in Texas over the weekend, and I just, who cares what we do on this planet? We don't got much time to have fun anymore. Okay? I feel like that one audio, Shiny's back. Except it's just Maddie's back. Maddie's back. Maddie's back. Shout out Shiny, shout out Taman, shout out Keybum. Okay. So I've been prioritizing me in summarization of this. I've been grieving every day, continuously. Some days are good, some days are bad. I'm moving regardless. I'm gonna try to keep up with this, keep it pushing, get better, because we got to indulge in ourselves. Okay, happy Trans Visibility Day. I'm filming this on that day. Happy Tea Day to all my tea girls and guys and everybody in between. We got to keep fighting. It's getting ugly out here. We got to keep fighting for everybody, and that's not a joke. Yeah. So this was really unstructured because I don't know how to do this anymore. I was so good at it before talking, and now I can't talk anymore because I just feel it's just too much. Okay, this is long, and I don't care. But, thanks to, if you made it to the end, thanks. If you didn't, thanks. If you are just here for 30 seconds, thank you. If you were here for half of the video, thank you. If you are new, hello. I am Madstar, Maddie G, if you will. And this podcast is called Calm 20. And I have a whole bunch of other episodes on Spotify already. Look up Calm 20, you'll find me, and all the other, I want to say like 21 episodes. This is just the first one that I put up with a visual. I'm going to figure out how I can transfer the Calm 20 with only audio over here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not a tech person, so it might take a while, but either way, hey. Yeah, because actually I wanted to do this one quick thing before I go. I wanted to do this because I'm not uploading on Apple Music, but I wanted to give like my friends a way to see and hear my thoughts without having to get Spotify if they don't want to. But I am again on Spotify, and I'm gonna figure out a way to upload this audio to Spotify as well. Anyway, this has been Calm 20, first visual episode. Hopefully you stick around, you share, you like, or you don't. I don't know, figure it out. Goodbye. This has been Madstar. Be vigilant, be safe, and keep all the marginalized groups in your life close. Bye. Mwah.